Around. There is more to Gina than the scamming, though. Hope you found it. Listen, I'm not following that girl. I'm not following. Listen, do you think I'm following that person? I'm just getting whiffs and I'm just getting aromas to the community. But we're still going to talk about the shenanigans. No, I've not been following, but anybody who's been following me knows that I've already put the word. Listen. I've already put the word out. I've already given you the 411 what this girl was all about. I already told you. It's a back alley cat. You know, just digging through garbage cans, trying to see what she can get. You know, I already told you. Once a little back alley cat sees how easy it is for people like me to get money like this around here, and you know, the little back alley cat thinks they can come through and just start collecting money. It doesn't work like that. You gotta hone your skills. You gotta build up relationships with your people, with your supporters. It takes time. You can't just listen. But you know what? They try to take shortcuts. People think I just woke up making this kind of money. It took time to build this kind of relationship and this kind of trust with my Howies, right? It takes time, people. There's another. I didn't put out a cattle call that I needed to that there's a funeral home holding a loved one's ashes. Listen, ransom. You know what I mean? That doesn't even exist. I don't do nonsense like that. You know who does that? Alley cats, low life alley cats, digging in garbage cans, trying to make a quick buck. That's the kind of people that do that, and people that run with scammers, run with those kind of folks. Other people that have been deplatformed for good reasons. Alley cats that run with people that make money off of their dying parents and stuff like that. And well, you learn from the people you're around. Over here, I try to set an example for people. This particular girl, she was up in my... Listen, we treated her well over here. We treated that alley cat well over here. We tried to set an example for that girl over here, that Gina girl, didn't we? She thought, well, listen, if that MGL girl can make money like that in these shady ways and make money off of dead people and dying people and family members and all this other horse shit, right? Pre-deceased people before they even expire, and then make another round of money after they die. Listen, like I said, it's booger behavior. But I tell you what, wow, I told you that girl. Once she showed who she was, you know what? Once she showed, listen, once I put a little bit of money in her pocket so that she could get her some basic things, right? Some basic things for her apartment and whatever she needed for the week, right? And she didn't even, and then I let her put her links to her Cash App and stuff on my screen so that my Howies could feature her. And she never even reached back to say thank you to those wonderful people that put money in her pocket that night in that city when we were sitting there in that Stallions nightclub having a good time, and we included her because we were trying to put money in her pocket, and we did put money in her pocket. And she just when you receive money, you heart people back, you high five them, you acknowledge it. She never even bothered doing that to anybody because she just didn't care enough, because she's an alley cat. It's like alley cats are gonna do what alley cats do. She don't even know any better. It's like it's a way of life for her. It's not like she wakes up one day and decides, okay, this is what I'm gonna do today, and I know any better. There is no right from wrong crossroads. It is just a way of life for an alley cat. It's just, how can I survive today? Who can I take advantage of today? What wrong decision can I make today? Because every turn is typically a wrong decision when you're an alley cat. And that's just the way it is. It is the way it is. And when you're around people like me and people like us, we were all foreign to her. That's why she was attracted to Molly Golightly like a moth to a flame. That's why in here it was a no-brainer when it was time to make, when she saw a fork in the road, right? When she saw a fork in the road, Molly or Mallory, the House of Williams or the House of Golightly, it was a no-brainer for her. It was the House of Golightly, because the House of Golightly was where all the that's where all the dirty laundry is folded on a daily. That's where all the fuckery is. That's where everything comes natural for her. And you were able to see so clearly that she fell in line just like that when she instantly started throwing the House of Williams right under the bus into the dirty fold. And like I said, this was a house that had done nothing but treat her very well. But this is not a new scam. This is a regular scam that people use. And I can't say, because Gina's new to me. Now, people switch their names all the time. That's what you got to remember. But Gina is new to me. But the scam isn't new to me. About 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, this scam had hit my channel before. There was somebody in my channel trying to utilize this scam in my side chat. And I shut it down really quick. But it's happened before where somebody was sad fishing because their parents, and it was a father. I remember very specifically. It was a person who could not get their father's ashes from the funeral home because the funeral home was holding those ashes basically ransom until the person could come up with the money. Now, I didn't even really know that was a thing. In my mind, I thought, listen, they just keep the people on ice. I mean, or in the morgue until somebody can, I didn't even know they took a match to people until you paid. I mean, I'm ignorant that way. I didn't think they'd even perform the service until somebody paid. But, that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is this scam is nothing new. Now, apparently, from what I'm figuring out, this is not Gina's first time running this scam. This scam. Apparently, there was another witness that had seen this scam some time ago back on Gina's Facebook. All right, and it's been used before in the past, and now it's being resurfaced and recycled amongst the new people here. Right, conveniently, right after Molly, right after MGL, basically did the same parlor trick. Let's face it. It was the same parlor trick, other than she didn't necessarily need the money to get the ashes back. The remains were being held hostage. But let's just face it, she did run the same. She did run the same racket. Oh, my mother has no insurance. There's no insurance on my mother. There's no coverage. She let it lapse. She did that and she ran up the tally. Hoping to get all of these donations because she made it quite clear. She made it quite clear that she was going to have to cover the funeral costs and everything that came along with that. So by all means, people, I'm going to need some donations and donations and donations. And then of course, listen. Lisa said it's around 1,500 basic create. It's going to vary. It's going to vary. It's money. It's serious money that you're trying to collect from people. Okay? But Gina sat around and watched MGL hammer it twice, right? She saw with the predeceasement, the first round of money come in. That's the money that, it looked like she was not only able to go to the 90s con and have money left over. Of course she was. Have money to spend and also have money to pocket. Right? But then what was it? 7-8 days later, when the actual deceasement actually arrived, then she was able to collect a whole other round of cash. So the first one was really just a down payment, bonus money, if you will, right? So the alley cat Gina sees all this. She sees it all. Then she's sitting there side by side with old MGL. MGL's feeding her a bunch of horse shit. Listen, MGL led her to believe that she's the new surrogate trans girl in her life. Because MGL needed to pluck her a new trans girl right out of the audience. Because listen. As we all know, MGL showed her hands and showed her card as the ultimate bigot and transphobe, right? So in order to try to do that damage control, she had to pick one out of the audience. And she had to find her a trans girl real quick to say, hi, oh, wait a minute. The old, I'm not a transphobe, I'm just a transphobe to Mallory Williams. So here, I got a new trans girl right here with me. I love trans people. Here she is. Here's my best friend trans person right here, right? So she found her a new trans person. Right, and Gina's like sitting right there thinking she's the new trans girl in charge, and the other one's got her back, and they're in it to win it with these emotional fraud games, right? Of course, Gina's gonna try to run her own scam and get some quick change real quick. Of course, she's gonna try to get her a quick hustle and $3 or $4 grand in the bank. Come on, people, come on. Can we blame Gina for it though? Gina don't know any better. Gina don't know any better. You blame the person that gave her the platform. You see, you know what I didn't do over here? I didn't give her that platform because I knew she was an alley cat. Because eventually this one will fizzle out. This one will fizzle out because MGL will be this one doesn't have any say in power in that group. This one's just literally being used as a surrogate trans person to do damage control for the transphobia that MGL just puked all over the place.
I wanted to give Gina the benefit of the doubt until I read the public post she made about her father that she claims passed away. When I read this, it really made me sick to my stomach. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel.